Well, this is Flywire's update number 3 on the engine change saga for Charlie, the aerobatic Bonanza. We're taking an IO 520 out and we're putting an IO 550 in. And engine change, the number 2 video was taking the old engine out and it's sitting on the floor over there. The new engine's still sitting on the floor over here. But in the interim, after we got the engine out, I needed to clean the engine nacelle area, and it was a mess. It had never been painted from 1978. It was just bare metal. The skins here were primed in zinc chromate, but the rest of it was bare metal. I guess Beach figured that with the oil and grease that would prevent rust and corrosion of various types, and I think they're probably right about that by and large. The funny thing too about grease and rust is when you get your hands dirty and you cut your hands, and I usually do that when I'm working, you get all that grease and rust, you know, you don't get infected. So germs don't do well in grease and oil and junk like that. That's my takeaway on that one. So anyway, I find that pretty interesting. So what I've done is I cleaned it up and I used pretty near a gallon of mineral spirits to do this, and I scrubbed and I scotch-brighted and I used mineral spirits and wiped and all that until I came up with hardly any dirt and crap left. And then I sprayed primer, and I ended up getting a few places of orange peel. Orange peel is where there's still some residual oil or something on the surface, and it doesn't react well with the paint, and so the paint kind of clumps up a little bit, and it looks like an orange peel. But a little bit of light sanding took care of that. Let it dry, do some light sanding, and then I painted. And I used this stuff that I bought, aircraft engine special paint for temperature and all this stuff, and it was the wrong color. It was not white. It was, I guess you could say it's bone white, but it looked beige to me. So I painted white. I went back to white instead because it matches the airplane, and it has more. What I want to do is I wanted to have more of a glossy surface that wouldn't hold and retain, not a rough surface that would hold and retain oil, and one that I could see oil and dirt and all this other stuff, so it helps me keep track of how my engine's doing. So I've redone that, repainted the whole thing. I didn't do the section where all the electronics are over here, so it's not a complete restoration. I'm not going to go so crazy on this airplane, maybe someday, but not right now. So anyway, all that's done. It's pretty near dried. And now I finished the cowl. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to finish the inside of the cowl, and then I'll turn to working on the engine and putting all the bits and pieces on it, the new engine, and the baffling and all that other stuff, and take the brackets and things off of the old engine and put it on the new engine and getting it ready to put in. So that's where we are, and update number 3 for the engine change for Charlie, the Bonanza. My masking, so I don't spray stuff I don't want to get painted. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Flywire.